Okay, we do need to be able to graph simple and compound interest. We have gone through graphing, but just in case we'll have a quick look. Sorry about this drifting there. So Leanne plans to invest $10,000. She's got the option of 8% per annum simple interest or 7.5% per annum compounded yearly, which tells you that's a compound interest. So the two formulae are there. Create a table of values to compare the options over 10 years, showing the amount in the account each year. Now that's great for compound interest because the formula gives the amount in the account. For simple interest, it does only give the interest, so we would have to be adding on the amount in the account. So our table of values would be the year, the simple interest, and the compound interest. And we could do those two separately if you wanted or together. We'd start with year 0 with the original amount, so they will both have 10,000 to start with. And then year 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10 years. I won't complete the whole thing. Your best option is to use your graphics calculator. So, when you're graphing, you use the y equals function to enter the rule, and you can get your table of values from that. So the simple interest will be 10,000 times the interest rate times x for time divided by 100 to get interest. So let's pop that in. So 10,000 times the interest rate times x is up here, divided by 100. Now that gets us our simple interest, but remember that's also got the principal in the total amount in the bank. So I'll just add on 10,000. So that's the rule, and to get your table of values, remember you'll set up your table of values, second function and window for table set. Just checking that we're going up by 1, so that'll give us year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're starting at 0. To view your table of values, second function and graph gets me table. And there is the table of values showing the amount in the account after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. years. Sorry, it's a little bit difficult to read on that one. So we'd fill that in. That was simple interest. And I didn't actually add the right amount back here. You'll see I've got a typo where I've left off a 0. So fixing that there. So it makes perfect sense that they have $800 interest, so a total of $10,800 at the end of the first year. So you'd fill your values in for simple interest. For compound interest, you'd go back into y equals, and we can just put this one in the second option. So it's 7.5% per annum compounded yearly, so we'll use the compound interest formula. Principal is 10,000, outside of 1 plus the rate of 7.5 over 100, and time, which is what we're counting on as our x variable, is to the power x. If you hop into your table of values, then you'll see I've now got 2 tables of values, and this one is our compound interest. So the first year, it's a lower interest rate, there's less money than the simple interest. But as we continue on through the years, after year 3, or during year 3, the compound interest overtakes the simple interest, because even though it's a lower interest rate, we are earning interest on the interest. So we would complete this for that. Now, if the question also asked you to sketch the graphs, then to do that, we use window and graph. The window sets up the size that you'd like your graph to be. So you do have to check how big your y values and x values need to go to. So you can see that they do need to go up to 20,000 on the y-axis. Hop into window. Often it'll have worked that out for you, but if not, just double check. Up to 10 years for x, going up by 1, and up to 20,000 for the y. So that will be big enough to fit our graph. And if you then do second function graph, oops, sorry, no, that gets this table, it's just graph, my bad. You'll see it graphs them in the appropriate colours. So the blue one there at the moment is the simple interest as a straight line increase. And the red line, curves. So if I was asked to sketch those, simple interest going up in a straight line increase, compound interest starts out lower, overtakes, and curves up. If you press zoom 9, that should also just automatically graph it for you without you needing to worry about the window setting. So you might find zoom 9 is more appropriate just to get a quick graph.